Someone flushed the toilet. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video kind of just chatting about my motivation with GD right now. As you know, I just finished verifying the Hellburger, which is Pythia's, quote, extreme demon. So, one thing that I don't think is quite a secret, I'm not really enjoying harder levels anymore. About a year ago, I made a video just kind of I am demotivated with YouTube, but GD is going pretty well. And I didn't really explicitly say that GD was going well in the video, but I just was implied with a lot of the progress I was getting on levels at that time. Right now I'm kind of feeling the opposite of that, where it's I have ideas for YouTube, I have ideas for GD, but just when I want to progress in the game, it's just I'll try things, I'll find levels, but just nothing is appealing, I guess. Atu was kind of the first sign of that. Atu, it's I enjoyed it a fair bit until I got unlucky, but even when it looking back, it wasn't that bad. It was a very unlucky experience, sure, but I kind of enjoyed that grind a little bit, and then I was able to actually finish it. So once I had that end goal achieved, it was it wasn't so bad. In the moment, it probably wasn't great, but the end result was nice. But it's just I'm finding it hard to basically get on that grind anytime I want to play an extreme demon or anything somewhat remotely hard. I got very lucky choosing insane demons to beat. Star World took me remarkably short amount of time considering my luck on it. And Infrared, I haven't even publicly said on my YouTube that I did Infrared, but I was planning to beat every level in the Lightwave series, and I beat Infrared shortly after, not shortly after, Future Demoness. It was in June, but I never uploaded the video because I was gonna do a bulk video beating all of them, but I just never got around to any of the other ones. But Star World took me not too long, over the span of 3 weeks, and then Infrared I beat in 2 days, and those are both insane demons. Those are both still my second and third hardest. Yes, let's go! Infrared, yes! Oh, I'm so happy I beat it today. But the jump to Atu and the grind in Atu, it's it was nice to have it completed, but I don't want to do that every time I want to do something difficult. It's so tiring. Some of you might know I started Mated Drop. Mated Drop was hard because Mated Drop is very mixed in the balancing. Some parts are pretty okay, but some are just much harder than others. It was very easy to get consistent fast, but then it was hard to maintain consistency throughout the entire level. In general, I don't want to be doing. I'll give off some of the levels I started playing since Atu. So I beat Atu in July. Right immediately after Atu, I started playing Mated Drop in 2013. Mated Drop I played a little, and I got consistent, and I got consistent at the drop. And then after the drop, it was just downhill progress. So instead, I started playing 2013, which I was pretty confident about because it was an XL level, and I'm decently pretty good with those. So even it being consistent hard demon, I never got around to learning the entire thing, so I did small runs. But once I realized it was gonna be a long learning process, and it wasn't gonna be very fast my insane demons or Eternal Vehemence, which is another XSL level I did. I was just kind of I didn't put that on the back burner, but I really don't have an excuse like that for Mated Drop. Mated Drop, I was just I picked Mated Drop back up last month, but even then, I got 42 twice due to some weird alignment or lag, which was quite demotivating and annoying. But I never got around to beating that. And then, of course, I got the Hellburger. So Hellburger, I just because it was verification, I felt entitled that I can do this because I can make realistically whatever changes I want. And because of that, I nerfed it to the ground so I could enjoy a reasonable amount. It would have been Extreme Demon like I originally said, and it's still kind of say it is. After I verified it, a lot of TTDPS people told me it was a lot easier. And what was kind of really soul crushing was when Breakcore beat it in the call, learning it in like 15 minutes in 200 attempts, and then called it a medium demon to my face. That really hurt me, because I spent a long time on that, and even like nerfing it to the ground. That's still an achievement I'm pretty proud of, but like realistically, I could have made it a lot harder if I had the willpower. But there are just some things where it's just like, I don't want to leave that in, even if it was like a bit unbalanced, like a choke point. I could have made it harder, but I'm almost torn as like if I made it better because I made it a more balanced experience, or I made it worse because I nerfed it a lot and I just didn't have the willpower to deal with those choke points, or just things that were just hard and I was just a baby to deal with, which was just like, it was a lot of like kind of thought put into that. So I really don't have any plans on like what I want to do, because like most things I try to pick up, they don't come like naturally to me, and obviously it's going to be like a learning period, but like most things I play, that's just like I'll like learn some bits of it, but then there's just like a big learning curve that I just can't get over. And then even if I do, I'm not willing to like go through like a grind I did on Actu again, which is why like star grinding is a lot that I enjoy more. I've always enjoyed star grinding, but there's an exponential curve between when I finally achieved a point where I could like beat things consistently and then beat hard levels. So it's like my first year of active playing on PC in like 2021, I was able to build a lot of stuff pretty quickly, and then I got 144, so I went up exponentially. But then once I hit that peak where it's like, I can do hard levels now, I don't have to keep pushing myself a lot. I could start beating easier levels, so it's a more gradual curve of increasing, but then a much more exponential curve of beating easier levels and getting more stars. Like, a majority of my stars I got this year alone. Like, I think that the beginning of this year, like New Year, I made sure I hit 2K stars on New Year. And I probably began that year beforehand with like 500 stars. So that's already like 4 times more. And now I've already like quadrupled that amount. I have like, I think 6,000 stars. Like, yeah, 65,000 stars. And like 1K of those I got probably within the last month or two. So that just shows like a lot of the grinding I've done that just like you don't see a lot. Yeah, I've like showed that I've been playing more easier levels. Unrated Demons is one of those like kind of series I made where it's like I can turn that what I enjoy playing easier levels into content, but it's hard to come across unrated levels that are like as good as the rated levels I like to play. And then ones that I have the willpower to do, because like the original reason I made that series was for the aforementioned 2013, the Assault Extreme I was playing. I had stuff like one inspiration was Nithacropolis by Metalface. Another was, I'm trying to think of, a little bit one was an unrated 2.0 level Demonic Factory by Joey Plays. One was Old Death Note. If some of you remember, I tried jumping from Therius Gold, my first medium demon, to Death Note and Insane Demon, and I got pretty decent progress in a pretty short amount of time, but then I hit that curve of like, this level's unbalanced, and I just can't learn it. And I came back to it a bit today, and I realized that I probably have the potential to beat it now. But even though like I have the skill level where it's like the unbalanced parts, they outweigh now, so I could get consistent at it. It's just like I don't know if I'm willing to put the effort in to beat levels that just aren't gonna be significantly more like achieved than like extreme. Because like Actu is one of those things where it's like, you know, it's a big first extreme for everybody, and it's a big first extreme's a big achievement, but like a second one, it's not going to be significantly harder unless you're doing like one that's like noted to be harder, or like a list demon. Like 2 things I wanted to do were like Bloodbath, To the Stars 2. I was considering Proto Flicker. You saw that video. I was also considering D Diamond, just because of my name, and I thought that's a cool level. But yeah, both of them were difficult. But like obviously that's more outlandish. But like even the easier stuff, it's just, I've played a lot of entries, but it's hard to find something that like I know I could really enjoy for a long amount of time if I really wanted to dedicate myself and play it. And there's nothing that like really shook my eye like that. The one creator that I could probably see making a level that I could go for this no matter what difficulty is Maremy on TGDPS. TGDPS is a private server I'm relatively active in, and it has a lot of neat levels, but a lot of them that's just like I have the same problem with normal GD, but like tenfold. because a lot of levels on there are like specific to people's like skill sets and decoration types. So it's like a lot of like the problems with like bias and rated levels, like for example, some things being epic, but then other things that like people think objectively look better being featured. Like a lot of problems like that are like tenfold on there. Like for example, when I beat the Hellburger, there's a lot of anger around that, and Tal had to make a statement that like it's his private server, he can basically rate whatever he wants, and he wants to give like smaller creators like Pythia, for example, a chance. Even though I think Pythia was in the wrong for pinging Tal twice to tell him to rate level, I don't like nagging people like that. Both of my levels on TDPS got rated fairly quickly because they were of high quality, but then I wasn't like bothering people about it. I sent Dark Nivelle, and then within a week it got rated. That was like one content I had to make, and I didn't bother anyone about it ever. And then like Home.mp4, I posted that into level request, and then 2 hours later it got rated. It's just one of those things where it's like I didn't have to bother about it, but like it kind of bothered me that we had to make a fuss about the Hellburger, and then it started controversy kinda because of that. I don't know, but like GD's kind of demotivating, but especially with like going for harder levels, I don't really like wanna do anything anymore in terms of that. I have some solo projects that are pretty difficult that I might work on, but they're not like new hardest potential. There is one thing, I won't reveal it right now, I want to keep it a secret. Some of the insiders will probably know, like Jacob and Lightshade, but like I have a solo project I'm working on that I probably could buff and verify to be like extreme and possibly a new hardest. But I'm gonna be very careful with my words there because yeah, that came back to haunt me with Hellburger. So yeah, this is probably just gonna be like a rambling video, but that's just some of the thoughts I have on current events and GD and just my role staying in GD.